Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I finally managed to get my hands on the Twilight and ColourPop collection after a long time of waiting. I remember when this collection first dropped, I think early in 2024. I almost lost my mind. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on it back then. I know a lot of people weren't able to, but finally I have it with me, and I have the palette and one lip oil. ColourPop has done a very big restock of their Twilight collection recently, so I thought it would be a good idea to sit down and film a video and upload it as quickly as possible so that you can still manage to get your hands on it if you want to. Also, I have an Instagram page called Too Much Blush, and I post very frequently beauty reviews, speed reviews, mini reviews, swatches, demos. So make sure you check it out. It's a lot of fun. I have taken this assignment very seriously. In line with the theme of the books, I even painted my nails. So I don't know if I've done a very good job, but I tried, and obviously I'm in blue, which is the tone of the first movie. This is the central color in the story. Bella tends to wear blue as well. My childhood in the 2000s was dominated by the Twilight series, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. So I'm not one to give into theme-based hype because I've seen so much of it. But there was something special about this collection. I don't know what it was. There was just something extra that spoke to me. I was very excited when I first saw swatches of the eyeshadow palette on Instagram, and I'm very happy that I was able to get my hands on it. I think nostalgia is to blame here. I even have the book with me. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't a huge admirer of the movies, but I did enjoy the first one, and I've always loved the books. So I've always preferred the books over the movies. And contrary to popular opinion online, I find this palette to be perfectly aligned with the tones of the first movie, the blue Northwest Olympic Peninsula, which is where the movie is set. I think that comes across quite well with the color theme of this palette. So personally, I'm very happy with the packaging. Also, I've seen a lot of people getting very upset with the color story itself. They think that it's too cool toned, that the palette lacks warm reds. That is fair ground for confusion because it's a movie based on vampires, so you'd expect blood. However, I think they've done this quite well. But if you look at the first movie, it's very blue toned. It doesn't really have that warmth. Maybe we'll see reds, very warm toned browns in the next palettes if they do go ahead and make other palettes based on the rest of the movies, which I do think they will be doing. But for now, I'm really happy with the way this palette is. I love cool toned eyeshadow. So the palette comes with 15 different shades, and here's the photo of the movie with the shades themselves. I like this. I like the fact that they've included photos of a photo from the movie. I heard many people complain that it feels slightly childish to have a photograph in the palette, but hey, this is a Twilight themed palette. What do you expect? Ever since I got the palette, the green tones have been calling my name. I've been so excited to use them. And the first shade I'll go in with is Say It Out Loud. So this is a very light color, say it out loud, for my skin tone. It's like, so I can't see the color standing out, and that's fine. I'm just using this to kind of act as a base. This matte is definitely on the powdery side, but still I didn't experience a lot of kickback or just a lot of powder all over my face. And then I'm going straight for 17, which is the green right here. Next one is Impossibly Fast, which is another darker forest green. I'm putting this on the outer corner. Oh, that is very pigmented. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. So I'm very shocked. This was quite pigmented, and my eyes are looking very green now. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a light wash of color. So with the mattes, immediately I could notice with the two green shades that they're not the most blendable. They're not the most awful by any means. I think it's just the green, but they're still better than a lot of other green eyeshadow formulas that I've used. But now for the fun part, I'm so excited about the green shimmer shade, Lion and Lamb. Wow. Oh, okay. This is a definite first impressions video because I'm shocked. I'm unable to monitor my reaction. How stunning is that? That is beautiful. I have no words right now. Like, I'm speechless at this point. This green is literally the stuff of my dreams, and because I have very dark, almost black eyes, the green is making them pop. The shimmer was so creamy and smooth. Like, I was not expecting that. But let's try out another shimmer. I think I want to go in with Moonlit and then just a little bit of Prom Night. Reapplying my mascara. Here we go. This is eye look number one with all the greens, and I'll take everything off, and that really hurts. It's such a beautiful eye look, but the next one is going to be slightly blue. Also, I'd be very grateful if you'd consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. It goes a very long way in helping me out with the YouTube algorithm, and I'm so happy that this YouTube community is growing. Also, wanted to thank my lovely subscribers for tuning into this video. My hair is looking so big today. So now it's time for something blue. I'll start with the shade Bella first, just to build a base. So the next shade is this one right here. So the matte shades are on, and I'm very excited for the next one. So this is the shade The Cullens. I'll apply this all over my eyelid. Very smooth. I'm so surprised with the shimmers. They're very easy to work with. I'll try to use Forever Young right here around the outer corner. It's a beautiful gunmetal shade, and I do want to use it to give some depth. I'm very excited to try out Immortal. So this is definitely a pressed glitter. I have to be very careful because these tend to have so much fallout. And I don't know how, but true to Twilight fashion, the sun has all but disappeared today. Very on theme. I'm pressing this formula, not dragging it, and this is so stunning. I don't know if I'm able to capture the beauty of this shade on camera. The way the glitter is reflecting light and the way it's sparkling, I think that's the word, sparkling. It's is absolutely gorgeous. And of course, if I've used the shade Bella, Edward has to be there as well. So I'll use this right around the inner corner. So this is a close-up of the eye look. So I tried to use almost every shade in the palette and demonstrate it. I hope that was helpful. So final thoughts on the palette. This is gorgeous. It's stunning. It's beautiful. The mattes are not the best in the world. I'm sure there are better mattes out there. I've tried better matte formulas within ColourPop itself, but I'm willing to cut them some slack because it comes at this price point, and blues and greens, these types of shades are difficult to formulate. So I'm willing to cut ColourPop some slack. But I think the strength of this palette lies in the beautiful shimmer, metallic, shimmery, glittery, pressed glitter shades. Do you need this palette? Absolutely not. I'm sure you can replicate these shades across different palettes that you already have. And if you don't like Twilight, I don't think you need to be worrying about this palette at all. However, if you do like Twilight, if you've always loved it, you love makeup, I think this would be the perfect addition to your collection. I'm going to get so much use out of this palette because these are the shades that I adore, and combined with the theme of the movie, the packaging, the nostalgia around it, I could not have been happier with this purchase. But we're not done yet. I also got the ColourPop Twilight Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Edward. So I know they have liners and highlighters in this collection, but to be very honest, they weren't really calling my name. I thought they were just standard ColourPop products with the Twilight label stuck to them. I have so many lip oils, but I think the packaging really got to me. So it says, what if I'm not the hero? What if I am the bad guy? 15-year-old me would have cried. But I was very intrigued by the shade Edward because it's this glittery blue shade. I've never tried out the Luxe Lip Oil formula, and it has Twilight written across it, and it looks like a starry evening sky, and it's the shade Edward. I'm Team Edward, so I'm also Team Edward. as if that matters. And it's a blue shade. I've never tried a lip oil or any lip product in this color family. So first what I'll do is, I already have lip products. I'll put this on top just to see if it works well with them. It didn't separate anything underneath. It's a very sheer wash of color. Like, I couldn't really detect any crazy blue tone. So I've taken everything off. Let's see what Team Edward looks like on its own. So this is Team Edward on its own. I think applied almost 3 layers, and that's when I've been able to get this slightly gray bluey tone. Otherwise, on its own, it's just a very sheer wash of color. Like, honestly, I couldn't really see much of the shade when I first applied it. But I think it's an interesting color. The inner goth emo teenager. If starting to feel very moody, I'll put on a good indie playlist. As far as the formula goes, it's thin, it's comfortable. It's not something that's going to attract a lot of attention, so it's not the glossiest lip oil that I've ever used. On my neutral, slightly cool toned skin, it's actually working very nicely. I think they have two other shades, Bella, no, not Team Bella, Bella and Jacob. So, final thoughts. I loved this. I loved everything about these two products. As far as collaborations go, I'm very glad that ColourPop took the time to create products that are actually in line with the collaboration, as opposed to something that's just a name slapped on the outer sleeve. So that was pretty much it. I really, really enjoyed making this video as a Twilight fan myself, and as someone who's grown up with that series. This was honestly such a dream come true. These products were just so much fun to work with, and I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful if in case you're also deciding whether or not to get anything from the Twilight collection. And as always, I will see you very soon in the next one.